Welcome back to Power Trading Radio Live and your host, Merlin Rothfeld, with today's special guest.
Welcome back to Power Trading Radio, everyone. Merlin Rothfeld with you for a special edition here. Since it's a Wealth Management Thursday, we always talk about gold and how it should be an important and integral part of your portfolio. But there are so many other aspects to that. And we got a question from, let me get the gentleman's name right, from Ken was asking, which is a better investment, silver or gold? It's really almost impossible to answer that without thinking, what is the situation and how are these assets impacted by the market? My guest today is Paul Buzby. He's the Director of Economic Research at Rare Coin Wholesalers. Tell us a little bit about these four metals, because we always talk about gold. I think the average person is always like gold, 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 but platinum, palladium, silver, gold are all precious metals and have different purposes.
That's correct. Basically, you can break the numbers down on each one of them. Gold, the majority of gold goes into coins and bars, so they're highly affected by the movement of the dollar. Dollar changes up and down, moves coins and bar prices up and down. Silver, to a less extent. To give you some numbers, about 90% of gold goes into bars and coins.
Wow.
Only about 70% of silver goes into bar and coins. The other 30% ends up in manufacturing. Platinum, palladium is completely different. Only about 10% ends up into coins or bars. So they're affected very little by the ups and downs of the dollar.
So 10% going into the bars, where does that other 90% go?
Platinum, palladium, the majority of the 50% of platinum, palladium goes into catalytic converters for autos or for industrial size ones for the oil industry, and the other 40% ends up in either jewelry or electronics.
We actually had a gentleman, and I kid you not, was out in the parking lot trying to steal the catalytic converters off of Toyota trucks. Now I understand. He's scavenging for platinum.
He's scavenging for platinum, because they're interchangeable metals to make them. So basically, your gold and silver is tied very directly to the ups and downs of the dollar. If the dollar is down, gold and silver is up. If the dollar is up, gold and silver is down. And just straight facts, a year and a half ago, dollar was at 71 points and gold was at 1900. Today, dollar's at a little over 83 points and gold is at 1596. So the dollar's been strengthening over the last year and a half, and so gold and silver have been going down. Platinum, palladium, though, are tied to the auto, oil, electronics industry. The supply and demand on these. Right now, these industries are depressed, so the price is down. Platinum is 4 times rarer than gold and is right now selling for a little bit less than gold. This is actually a buy time for platinum, palladium.
Maybe we'll have to switch it to a platinum palladium coin on the program as opposed to gold. But
when the economy recovers, I don't have a crystal ball, but when the economy recovers and we get into a boom cycle, you'll see gold and silver go down as the dollar goes up, but you'll see platinum, palladium go through the roof. What was it? 4 years ago, when everything was doing okay, platinum, palladium was at 2,400 because of the demand, and gold was at 800. Today, gold's at 1596. I think platinum's something like 1580 or something.
Somewhere around the same ballpark.
And when things switch around again, when the economy's recovered, you'll see gold drop back probably down 600-800 level, and you'll see platinum back up around 2,400 level.
It's interesting because when we look at, and I'm going to equate this back to the markets for our listeners out there because most people are traders and looking at the markets. When we look at things like the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the S&P 500, the Russell, and the NASDAQ, here you have 4 indexes, which are representations of the markets, and they generally follow suit. There's a little bit of separation sometimes, but they're generally following. And I think that's a perception with these metals. And what you're saying is that's not necessarily true. You might have gold selling off because of its relationship to the dollar, but palladium and platinum might be going the opposite direction, 180-degree opposite direction, because of its relationship to the auto and oil industry.
Right now, if you go out there, you can't find an American platinum 1 ounce.
Except that one that's in your hand?
This is a half ounce.
Half ounce.
Okay? A 1 ounce is, you can go to hundreds of sites and they'll all be sold out, sold out, sold out. Wow. Even some of the big resellers sold out because everyone's trying to buy them. Actually, the 1 ounces are in such high demand right now, they're running about a $10 premium higher than the half ounce and quarter ounce. Wow. So we're telling our customers buy half ounce and quarter ounce. Why pay a $10 premium?
Exactly. Eventually it'll come back to it.
Eventually it will come back. But right now, there's a ton of supply of gold out there, but the supply of platinum and palladium, remember, only 10% of it goes into it, and remember, it's 4 times rare. Sure. There are very few of these coins out there to even get your hands on in any kind of volume.
Well, I'm nervous let's show some of these and give you guys kind of an idea of what they are. You know, on the program, we're giving away a 1/10 of an ounce gold coin, and unfortunately, I didn't bring one in the studio with me, but it's like the size of a dime. And when I look at this thing, I'm going, you got to be kidding me. That's $160 right now? That's ridiculous. What do you want to start with? I've got.
Well, let's start with the most common coin. If you're going to buy gold coins, you want to get into American Eagles, whether they're gold, silver, or platinum. They're non-reportable items, no 1099s, no social security numbers, buy, sell, trade as many as you want. Basically, government has no idea what you're doing. There is a reportable list. Other stuff on that list are reportable, and if you sell a certain amount, you have to do some reporting. I'll get into that when I bring up those objects.
Hint, hint, hint. For those of you who have a lot of money invested in Cyprus, these things right here might actually be really good for your account right now.
Right here we have an American Gold Eagle. It's a 1 ounce Gold Eagle. Basically, that coin's selling for somewhere around right now $1,780.
So it's a little bit bigger than the size of a quarter. And TJ, if you want, I've got to zoom in here. This is the front and back of it. We'll have a couple images here to show you. But he's got it. I will throw it over here, TJ. Go on the. Is my VGA going? There we go. Perfect. So here's the front of that American Eagle gold coin. You can see that's a 1 ounce. It's funny. I've been to trade shows where people look at the front of this and they'll see the $50 gold thing and they go, I want to buy it for $50. Like, no, that's going to be what, $1,700 about?
About. A little bit less than that right now, but yes.
And there's our American Eagle, and actually that's what we're giving away on the show. We're giving away a 1/10 of an ounce, not the full ounce coin, guys. I wish we could do that. Next one I got here is our Canadian Maple Leaf on our list.
All right, this is a Canadian Maple Leaf. It's also 1 ounce. Okay, if you notice on the back, a maple leaf. The thing is, this coin is actually on the reportable list.
Really?
It's the Patriot Act. Basically, Homeland Security put out something stating to keep foreign nationals from money laundering precious metals in the United States, we have a reportable list. If it's on that list and you sell a certain amount of quantity, you have to report it. If you go to our website, it has the 1099 list that lists all the things, but it's a very short list. Basically, 25 of these maple leafs or more, you have to do a 1099 form, and you're on the Patriot Act list, Homeland Security.
So then why bother?
Radar.
You know, if I got those two coins in my hand, they look almost identical. It's the same amount of gold, and why not just go with the American Eagles if that's the case?
Go with the American Eagle.
Yeah.
That's why. Also, it goes into IRAs, 401s. There's a lot of reasons.
And you want to be a patriot, right?
That's
you don't
it.
want to be guiding those Canadians.
Right.
Just kidding. We have a lot of Canadian followers out there.
On the next level down is a nice gold bar. Okay, this is a 1 kilo bar. It's
TJ, show us in his hands. We get an idea of how big this is. You guys, it doesn't look this big. It's the size of an iPhone. I think it might actually be. Let me just check out here. This could be the exact same size as an iPhone. Yeah, I think it's an iPhone 5.
And it's 1 kilo, which means it's 2.2 pounds of gold. And you can see how that feels.
Wow,
it's like a brick.
It looks really light, but this is pretty darn heavy.
All right, and this is basically on the reportable list. 32 ounces of gold bars is a reportable item. This is a reportable item, not when you buy it, when you sell it.
Okay.
All right. Basically, what's on the list is real simple. 25 Krugerrand, 1 ounce Krugerrands or more, 25 Maple Leafs or more, 25 1 ounce Mexicananzas or more, 32 ounces of gold bars, 25 ounces of platinum bars, 100 ounces of palladium bars, 1,000 ounces of silver bars, and 1 bag of junk silver, which is pre-1964 silver coins, a total of $1,000 face value. It's about a $20,000 bag right now.
And I can show you. Let me show you one. And I just had to throw this in. You guys sent me some great images. When I was up in Las Vegas a couple years ago, I saw this guy, and it's the size of a steering wheel, folks. This is a 1,000 ounce Philharmonic. It's just an amazing. It's got a $100,000 face value, but it's about 1.6 million, and there's only 15 of these things made. It is enormous, and it's funny. The guy goes, "If you think you can pick that up and run with it, go for it."
Yeah.
It's a 70-pound coin. It's pretty amazing. All right, let's finish up with this one. So we'll roll to our next segment.
This is the Platinum American Eagle that I was telling you about. Basically, Platinum American Eagles, you can put them in IRAs 401s. They're not a reportable item. Buy, sell, trade as many as you want. If you're buying gold and silver, you're betting long-term against the U.S. dollar and the U.S. economy. If you're buying platinum or palladium, you're betting on the auto industry, the oil industry, and the electronics industry.
Interesting way we have those coins. So it was a roundabout way, show you some coins and kind of make you understand the relationships between gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and which one impacts which market. So let's do this. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll dive into some exciting pieces. Not that that wasn't exciting, because that gold bar right there is $55,000, and I'm pretty impressed with that. But when we come back, we'll take a look at some rare coins and to look at those from the perspective of a 1 penny coin that could be worth, $20,000, $30,000 for your account, and talk about using rarities in your portfolio for income generation or just capital appreciation. My guest today is Paul Buzby, the Director of Economic Research at Rare Coin Wholesalers. If you have questions, Power Blast us out at powertradingradio.com. We'd love to hear from you. We'll be right back after a short break.
You've been listening to Power Trading Radio, live, fueled by Online Trading Academy. To learn more, visit us online at powertradingradio.com.
Welcome back to Power Trading Radio, everyone. Merlin and Paul with Paul Buzby. He's the Director of Economic Research at Rare Coin Wholesalers, our local experts on gold and precious metals. We've had him on the program a few times, and there's a lot of free resources at their website, which we'll go to here in a little bit. But I wanted to kind of show you some of these rarities. I know we think of gold coins and bars. We looked at some good examples here of bars, platinum coins, gold coins. You can win a free gold coin here on Power Trading Radio simply by forecasting what you think that price of gold will be by next Friday. It's a pretty simple contest we have here. Of course, that's a 1/10 of an ounce gold coin. Maybe we'll give away some rarities one day. The rarities really seem like that's where the big bucks are, where it's more of a speculative market where you're taking a chance on a coin, but there is this heritage of some of these coins that is just absolutely incredible. And you look at a 1 penny face value, and a coin could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. What do you got to show us?
All right, well, here, just give you some examples. In this industry, the standard way that people have been buying and collecting rare coins for either a collecting point of view or an investment point of view is they buy it, they hold on to it for a certain amount of time, then they turn around and sell it.
To somebody else who thinks that that's going to go up from there.
You got it. And it might end up in an estate sale. There's a lot of ways. Some of these coins get bought up and disappear for 30, 40 years before they come back on the market. All right, so our first example here is a 1907 high relief, wire rim, proof 67 star. This is considered one of the most beautiful U.S. coins, the most beautiful U.S. coin the United States ever minted. It was minted, good old Teddy Roosevelt thought our coinage was getting outdated. And so he commissioned St. Gaudens.
It looks great.
He's a master craftsman of his time frame to redo the coin, and this is just a phenomenal coin. This coin here, what's so special is when they originally minted these, they made them what they call high reliefs. So the image, they had to stamp it with higher pressures, multiple times.
More detail, more
so it's more
ridges.
detailed, and the relief stands out further. Problem is, coin won't stack on another coin, so the banks hated it. So they only made so many of the high reliefs before they went back to the other way, so they're very limited
From a coin
number of
collecting
them.
perspective, that's...
Correct.
So this guy, we're looking at how many do you think are out there?
High reliefs, the numbers are very small, and at this grade of a level, the grading scale goes up to 70, and you don't see any pre-1930 coins that are 70s.
Seems like everything I've seen is
or lower,
yeah.
right? This coin here is a $185,000 coin.
Man.
This one coin.
I would lose that in my wallet. I know. Wow.
All right. Next coin I wanted to show you was a braided hair 1 cent. Just to show you what I mean, this is a 1 cent coin. And this actually has 1 cent worth of copper in it.
1 cent worth of copper. And my guess is that's not worth a penny anymore.
No, this is right off the bat, copper coins, tarnish.
Sure, of course.
And they turn brown. Well, this is what they call a red. It hasn't turned. Making it a very unusual, very high grade. This is a proof coin. Proofs were actually made specifically for collectors, not mint states, which were made for circulation and go to the banks. This was actually made for collectors. So very small mintages. I mean, we're talking hundreds to maybe 1,000. I mean, very low mintages on these coins. Okay.
So a 1 cent coin.
This coin here, only 50 were struck.
Wow.
I
know that you're already going to tell me this is a huge price.
Now, actually, this coin here is a $19,500 price. I wanted to show you that you can get into very rare coins at a low level, starting in the tens of thousands, going up into the multi-millions.
Wow.
Okay? But the rarity factor is what brings in the...
1 of 50, I mean, that's pretty...
Right. Well, we try to lower the risk as much as possible. We only deal with PCGS and NGC coins because they guarantee the authenticity and grade of the coin. If this coin was found not to be authentic, PCGS or NGC, the two big grading companies, they'll cut you a check for it.
Now, these things are all sealed.
Sealed, numbered, photographed, high defs. This thing is recorded through history. I bet. You don't want to try. All right, do anything with these. Next one's an 1886 what we have here is a Liberty seated. This is a 25-cent. Here's a quarter.
All right.
1886.
Is that actually a real size of a quarter?
That was a quarter back then.
Back then, I was going to say either that or I got bigger because this looks small.
Well, you got to remember that's all silver.
Okay.
All right. You remember they 90% silver is how they made the coins back there. Only 886 of these coins were struck. 886. That's it. That's all
so not as
known.
rare as that penny, but still a pretty nice looking. And then here you see all the nice images, all the detail. Pretty nice.
There's only one coin graded higher. This is the second highest graded coin that there is. So if you're trying to collect this specific coin, this is the number 2. The other one, you know, if the other one's someone's got it and this one's on the market, you go for this one.
I'm sure we have some collectors out there who are actually salivating on this.
Well, this and as I said, this is a $14,500 coin. All right.
Amazing.
Our next coin here is a Drake bus, half dime, and this is an very early coin. This is 1797, 15 stars, half dime coin. All right. Only one coin is graded higher. Basically, in 1796, they made 3 varieties of this coin. This is one of them, and this coin here is $139,500.
That's $130,000. You mind if I hold it? $139,000 for a little tiny thing, TJ. I mean, look at that. I think my pupil might be bigger, but I mean, again, it goes to the rarity of it. It's a pretty impressive. That's pretty cool. $100,000, huh?
Yeah, because we didn't they didn't put nickel in them. Yes, we do. No, we don't.
We don't take cash.
We get on the reportable list over 10,000 again.
All right.
All right. Now, the last coin we saved was a very special coin that Steve Contursi, the owner of our company, wanted me to bring in. It's a 1918 over 7D Buffalo nickel, PCGS, MS65 plus CAC coin. Okay.
Now the Buffalo nickel. I know a lot of people have Buffalo nickels. I mean, it's not you don't think of them as being such an unbelievably rare piece. But this one in particular.
This is an error coin. They made a misstrike. Basically, what happened was the dies they would reuse them in those days. Okay. And on this coin here, you can actually see the 7 over the 8. If you look at the date very carefully.
I didn't even notice that, but you're right.
Making this a very, very rare coin.
Wow.
This coin here is the finest known. This is the coin.
And dare I say, how much is that thing?
This coin here is worth more than all the other stuff I brought in.
Jeez.
This coin is worth $495,000 by itself.
That's crazy. So,
right.
A couple Bentleys in something that could fit in the palm of my hand right there.
And the rarity is what makes these things the investments they are. Rare coins have been tracking around 12 to 16% annually for the last 40 years. PCGS Collectors Universe, there are several reports there that you can get on. The big thing when you're dealing with any of this stuff, whether it's bullion or rare coins, is you have to verify everything you do. You have to deal with the right people. This industry is an unregulated industry.
Hey, I know in my industry in trading, there's a lot of shysters out there, and I don't see
you
being
do
any
have
different
to check who you're working with, and you've got to verify everything you do before you do it. As long as you do that, it's a good place to do some investments. It's low risk, good long-term returns. Now, you have 2 options in this, and I'll do them real quick. The traditional way that people collect and invest in rare coins is they buy it, hold it a year, 5 years, 10 years, whatever, and then turn around and sell it. Now, for people who are in the coin industry and know how to do that, that's not that hard. They know the proper way to do it so they can maximize their profits. And they could be taking advantage of a couple collectors who are doing a bidding war over it. There could be a spike in the industry. There are a lot of ways to maximize the profits, and that's the standard traditional way that people have collected and invested in rare coins for over 100 years. All right. We knew, though, when we were dealing with investors, we deal with a lot of people who are new, didn't know what they were doing. Okay, so this is basically the normal way of doing this is a self-directed account. You're directing.
Open account and
you got it.
Buy these coins for me. And
right. This other program, though, is an actually managed account, and this is where we will actually manage the account for the client. We'll buy, sell, and trade the coins for him. We split the profits. We take 30% of the profits. They get 70% of the profits. And the goal is to flip the coins 2 to 3 times a year back into the industry, not to the public, back to the industry. Coin shops, coin dealers, auctions, shows. And basically, if you do the numbers on it, the program's been doing about 10 to 15% is the goal for the clients.
I know we have some charts on there, so we'll take a look at that when we come back. And the number that strikes with me is, let me make sure I get the right numbers. You were saying that the coin industry, these coins, generally about, what was it, 12% per year?
12 to 16%.
12 to 16? Which is good. If you guys consider that the average annual S&P returns are between 8 and 10%, it might surprise you to think that coins would yield that. But again, some of these are pretty rare. As you saw that 1918/7 Buffalo nickel for almost $500,000 would seem inconceivable. But rarity, scarcity dictates these things. And when we're looking at the stock market, look, your shares of Apple are just the same as any other shares of Apple, and that's the differentiator. Kind of have to know your business out there. So we come back, Paul and I will take a look at these managed accounts of the rates of return. You can see some of the transactions that happen in there. And of course, I'm opening it up to you. If you have questions regarding rare coins or precious metals and silver, gold, platinum, palladium, or zinc even, I'm sure we could tackle some zinc questions on
whatever.
That lead, if you got some lead,
rhodium,
if you got some nice paint you want to sell it, you can always send in your questions at powertradingradio.com. Again, my guest today is Paul Buzby. He's the Director of Economic Research at Rare Coin Wholesalers. We'll be right back after a short break.
This is Power Trading Radio Live. Real people, real money, real trades. Visit us online at powertradingradio.com.
Welcome back to Power Trading Radio, everyone. Merlin Rothwood and you for our wealth management session. And of course, if you bought this Buffalo Head nickel back then, you probably are pretty well off at this point. But there are many other opportunities out there. My guest today is Paul Buzby, the Director of Economic Research for Rare Coin Wholesalers. And we've been looking at your normal metals, I guess the common ones, thinking like buying gold coins, just standard American Eagles or Canadian Maple Leafs, Cougarans, etc. And we moved on into some more of the exotic ones that you've seen some pretty great examples of. For our average listener out there, I know it's a wealth management show, and a lot of our listeners are thinking, well, I just want to get into technology or healthcare stocks. How would these complement or possibly supplement a portfolio?
Well, but when people are looking at their portfolios, a lot of people talk about how many tangible assets should you have in your portfolio. Real estate, bullion. Rare coins is just another tangible asset. Okay, so when we're talking to our clients, we're saying, okay, what percentage were you looking to do in tangible assets, hard assets in your portfolio? And he says, let's go with that number. And that's how we actually come up with the liquidity numbers on what they want to do. Whether that's gold, whether that's platinum, whether that's collecting and holding rare coins long term, whether that's the numismatic trading account where it's a managed portfolio where we manage a portfolio of coins for people. And a lot of our clients do multiple options. One of our clients I know with the company, they have like $450,000 in their trading account. So Steve is personally managing that, buying, selling those trade coins for him. They have $200,000 in Platinum American Eagles. Very liquid. They can sell in a heartbeat if they need $200,000.
They're keeping those at their home in a safe somewhere?
Actually, they're having us store them. Anything they buy from us, we will store it, no charge. It's insured by Chubb Insurance at all times.
All right.
Okay? And then they also have $100,000 in rare coins, and I think they're going to be sending in another $250,000 for more rare coins. So
things are going good if they send in another $250,000.
We have a lot of different clients like this where as time goes by, they learn more about the industry, they feel more comfortable, they test us out at a certain level, but after a year or two is when we start seeing the serious money.
All right, so navigate me through here. I logged into the RCW financial website here, and I wanted to kind of show that portfolio because it is kind of interesting to see not just the growth. Obviously, everyone looks at the growth and says, wow, yeah, I could have made a lot of money. But I think it's interesting to see the progression where you have bought this coin and a couple years later you sold it and showing those numbers. So where am I going in here?
Well, let's see. If you want, up there at the NTA logon, click on that. I'm going to actually show you an NTA account so you can see sales every couple months. Okay? I want you to put in RCW demo.
I got this one. And then I know this.
And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go.
Yeah, you don't give it away. Shh. Yeah, don't give it away.
All right. I want you to go click on account transactions. This is an actual live account of one of our clients. They gave us permission to basically show the information. Up in the left-hand corner where it says account transactions.
Account transactions, all right.
Okay. This is every single transaction that's been in this person's account since its beginning. It's a 3-year-old account. And if you look, they started off with $75,000. And within like 2 weeks, we sold a coin. Their profit is on the last line. It was $1,065. And then we had a month in between. Then they had a sale for $3,500. Their profit was $3,500. And then they had like 2.5 months in between the next sale. But then they had 3 sales in 1 month. It's erratic.
Sure. Well, it looks like he's, it looks like probably about 30 transactions a year on this one.
Yeah, now if you go down, you'll notice he added 50,000 right there. If you go a little further down, stop, he took out 43,000 right there. Okay, he had to buy an airplane. I know it's hard to believe, but the guy flies airplanes and buying a $250,000 plane needed a little money. If you go all the way down, you'll see that's his account at the very bottom. He has $137,000 in coins, and if you look, that's his total profit. That's $31,340 in 3 years. That's what his account's done for him. Nice. All right.
And this one, you mentioned you manage. So is this account being done on his own, or is this kind of
this is the basically the managed account, not the self-directed. Basically, what it is there's an agreement, 5-page agreement, and basically RCW is managing the account for the person. Minimum account's 50,000. People test us at 50,000, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million. They see what we can do over 6 months to a year. Then they normally start throwing in more money. And basically, we're just buying, selling, trading the coins for them at coin shows, auctions.
I think that's actually
everywhere.
That's actually where we met.
That's where we met, and we move a lot of coins this way. And so that's that program. The other program, and this is the new program. The other program is the more traditional way. It's the self-directed account. This is where people are buying and collecting the coins long term. Most people who do this way know a lot about coins, but we do have a lot of customers who want to get into these for like estate reasons, long-term investments. And so what they'll do is they'll give us like their number, 100,000, $500,000, million, 3 million, and Steve will put together a recommendation for them, and then we'll pull all the supporting data showing them, what was the population, how many are known to survive. Is this the highest graded coin? How many coins are graded higher? What are the trends on this coin? What are the auctions? All the information about this coin going back 10, 15, 20 years, so you can see the investment potential in the coin.
Right, and you also, on a regular basis, put out tons of content. I noticed that we've visited this before, where you have a lot of different resources for people to get involved with it. So if anybody here is interested in looking more at rare coins or just precious metals, at their website, rarecoinwholesalers.com, there were a lot of great newsletters. I love the red flags one that you talked about a while back. That's just something you should be aware of. And if you want more information, you can always give them a call at 1-800-347-3250. That's 1-800-347-3250. Paul, we're running out of time here, so I want to thank you very much for coming on the program with us.
I enjoyed it.
I don't think I've been in the presence of that much. It's so little, it's so much. I mean, really, I could put that in my pocket. It would be really funny, actually. That gold bar would weigh me down. But we're talking precious metals. Hopefully the viewers out there got a better understanding of not just what gold is for, but silver, palladium, platinum, the uses that you can use for your portfolio. It's just the same as looking at any other asset, but you need to know your vehicle. Again, if you'd like more information, you can visit Rare Coin Wholesalers. Paul and his team will be happy to help you out there. So if you have any further questions, Power Blast at Power Trading Radio. When we come back, I got all your economic news for tomorrow's trading session. PowerTradingRadio.com.